Your sandboxed command runs curl. It reads your API token from the environment. It sends the request. The request authenticates. It works. And the token it read was fake. The real one never entered the sandbox. It was injected on the way out by the proxy after the command had already finished with it. Anything that command logged, printed, or leaked holds a placeholder. That's credential masking, and it went from environment variables to files to full AWS signature re-signing across the last 2 weeks. The old option was deny. Block the variable, block the file. Safe, and it breaks every tool that needed the credential. Your GH, your NPM, dead inside the sandbox. Mask is the other answer. Quote, it protects a credential while keeping the tools that authenticate with it working. End quote. The command gets a per-session sentinel, a placeholder, and when its request leaves for a host you allowed, the proxy replaces the sentinel with the real value. This isn't a proposal. Environment variable masking landed in 21199, file masking in 21221 on August 4th, and on August 7th, 21224 added the structured options, extract, JWT decoding, and AWS pairs. That's the actual release page. 4 steps, and the order is the whole point. 1. At sandbox start, Claude Code generates a per-session sentinel. 2. The command reads the sentinel instead of your secret. 3. The request leaves the sandbox and hits the proxy. 4. The proxy substitutes the real value in headers and in request bodies and forwards it. The secret exists on one side of that boundary only. For the proxy to substitute inside a request, it has to be able to read that request. So masking requires network.tlsTerminate. The proxy terminates TLS itself. And here's the part I like. If you forget it, masking doesn't fall back to sending your real credential. Quote, masking fails without exposing anything. The command still sees only the sentinel, but the sentinel reaches the server unchanged and authentication fails. End quote. It fails closed, and Claude Code tells you at startup. AWS is harder because AWS requests don't carry the key. They carry a signature computed from the key. Substituting a placeholder inside a signed request just breaks the signature, so the proxy resigns. It spots a SIG-v4 request by the access key's sentinel, swaps in the real credentials, and recomputes the signature, which gives you the one rule to remember. Mask the access key ID and the secret access key together. Mask the secret alone, and every request is signed with the placeholder, and AWS rejects them. Claude Code warns you about that case, but it does not warn you when only the access key ID is masked. One more, and it's the best design decision here. Masking authorizes the proxy to send your real credential to a host. That's a big thing to hand out. So it's honored only from settings you or your admin control. User settings, manage settings, or the -- settings flag. A repository's .claude/settings.json cannot turn masking on. Clone a hostile repo, and it cannot opt your machine into shipping your secrets anywhere. And if any scope says deny, deny wins. 3 things. 1. Deny protects the secret and breaks the tool. Mask protects the secret and keeps the tool working. That's the whole reason it exists. 2. It needs tlsTerminate, and without it, it fails closed rather than leaking. 3. For AWS, mask the key ID and the secret together, or your requests get rejected. And if you want the video on what the sandbox blocks in the first place, the OpenClaw one covers what unsandboxed actually means. It's on screen now.